Mewtwo is perhaps the most iconic legendary in the entire Pokemon franchise. In the original Generation 1 games, Mewtwo was the most powerful Pokemon by an order of magnitude. Nothing else even came close. Mewtwo was so overtuned in its original game that it has survived almost 30 years of power creep. Mewtwo has had a viable role in Uber's formats for every single generation of Pokemon, and after returning to the game recently in Gen 9, thanks to Pokemon Home, Mewtwo has remained an excellent choice. Many Pokemon have now caught up to Mewtwo's power, and is no longer the top dog it once was. But this classic legendary is still one of the scariest threats in the entire game to this day. Let's take a look at what Mewtwo can provide to your team in Gen 9 Ubers. But first, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to make sure that the all-new Pokemon Great Neck, an ancient relative of Raikou with an extremely long neck, is appropriately subdued once it arrives in the Paldea region. This Pokemon and its neck length could have a disastrous impact on the Paldea ecosystem if we're not very careful. Thank you. Mewtwo's speed and special attack stats are still extremely good, even by Gen 9's high standards. And one of the best ways to use Mewtwo is as an offensive wall breaker. Mewtwo has some stiff competition in this area now. The new special attacking king of Gen 9 is Miraidon, Pokemon Violet's new cover legendary. Miraidon is the most central Pokemon in Gen 9 Ubers, and the most popular choice specs user in the format. Miraidon is faster than Mewtwo and can achieve a much higher damage output. It even has U-turn to keep up the pace against its switch-ins. Powerful new fast special attackers like Fluttermane and Iron Bundle can also outrun Mewtwo and have the superior offensive abilities Photosynthesis and Quark Drive to enhance their stats. So why would you want to use Mewtwo over these alternatives? One of Mewtwo's best attacking options is its signature move, Psystrike, which it received in Generation 5. This 100 base power psychic type special attack deals damage to the enemy based on their defense stat rather than their special defense stat. This is an amazing move that allows Mewtwo to significantly threaten special walls, who tend to have very low defense. This has always been useful against Blissey, a commonly seen Pokemon in many Ubers formats, since it's one of the only special walls that can take on the Legendaries. While other Legendaries will be totally stopped in their tracks by Blissey, or at least inconvenienced by it, Mewtwo can do enormous damage to it thanks to Psystrike. Blissey is still used in Gen 9, so this remains a useful quality for Mewtwo. But a new special wall was introduced in Gen 9 that has become even more popular than Blissey, Clodsire. Thanks to this Pokemon's electric immunity and water immunity from the ability Water Absorb, Clodsire is a great Pokemon in Gen 9 Ubers that can take on threats like Miraidon and Kyogre more effectively than most. Clodsire is effective against most special attackers in Ubers, but not Mewtwo. Psystrike will absolutely demolish Clodsire in a single hit, even if they terrestrialize Steel to resist Psychic, which is already a significant commitment. Clodsire has pretty low defense and it will still do considerable damage. If Clodsire is chipped just a little bit, Psystrike will still 2-hit KO even if they resist it. Mewtwo completely bypassing one of the most popular special walls in the metagame makes it very difficult to switch into compared to other special attackers. However, Mewtwo does have a new adversary in Gen 9 that prevents Psystrike from being a completely free click. Ting Lu is another new popular defensive utility Pokemon, thanks to its immunity to electric and incredible natural bulk, allowing it to live a lot of different common hits. And since it's a dark type, it's completely immune to Psystrike. Ting Lu makes life a bit difficult for Mewtwo, punishing its choice locks and preventing Psystrike from being completely spammable. But Mewtwo at least has access to Grass Knot, which can impressively 2-hit KO Ting Lu, even if they have maximum special defense investment. Grass Knot also has the added benefit of allowing you to 1-hit KO Kyogre, Groudon, and Arceus Ground. One of Mewtwo's best qualities has always been its vast move pool, full of different coverage options. And with access to more tools like Ice Beam, Flamethrower, Aura Sphere, and even Trick, Mewtwo has a lot of different tools to threaten just about anything. Although this set is a bit prediction reliant, it is one of the most effective offensive choice spec sets in Gen 9 Ubers, thanks to this ability to threaten things that many other special threats can't, and the vast amount of options to choose from to fill whatever gaps your team needs. With high speed and natural bulk, you also have many opportunities to enter the field and force things out. This choice spec Mewtwo set was an important member of this team used in an Ubers Premier League game by the player Ox04. Ox04 was using a Sun Team and a Terra Fire Choice Specs Mewtwo with Flamethrower to do as much damage as possible. The opponent, Io Sono Neon, brought an extremely passive team in this game with multiple walls on it, and Mewtwo absolutely tore it apart with Sun Boosted, Terra Boosted Flamethrower, and Psystrike. Another great way to use Mewtwo is with a fast utility set. Although Mewtwo is primarily an offensive Pokemon, it actually has decent defensive stats and a good utility move pool, including options like Recover, Will-O-Wisp, and Taunt. Psystrike deals good stab damage even without any special attack investment, and obviously also greatly threatens special walls like Clodsire and Blissey. And with Taunt and Will-O-Wisp, you can shut down and cripple a lot of different Pokemon. Nothing loves coming in against a Will-O-Wisp in this format, and the few things that do are likely going to be answered by Taunt or Psystrike. Now that Arceus has Taunt on it, it has become a little bit more difficult to answer, with this new tool to disrupt certain counterplay like status moves or Whirlwind. Mewtwo can crucially outrun Arceus while still having a really good amount of bulk with HP investment. It can get the jump on Arceus by taunting first, or using Will-O-Wisp to shut down physical sets. While the offensive Mewtwo sets can't really take advantage of Mewtwo's ability Pressure that effectively, this set actually can. Pressure causes the enemy to waste twice as much PP on moves used against Mewtwo, and with HP investment along with the longevity from Recover, low PP moves can run out very quickly. A utility Mewtwo set was used to great effect in this Uber's Premier League game by the player Mind Gaming. Thanks to high speed and taunt, it was difficult for the opponent, Tia, to get anything done, and Will-O-Wisp and Psystrike got a lot of mileage. Mind Gaming even used Terra Fire to gain Fairy Resistance and 1v1 the most powerful physical attacker in the format, Zacian Crowned, burning it and making it useless. Not only are Mewtwo's stats still good enough all these years later to put up a fight against some of the most powerful new Pokemon we've ever seen, I think the biggest reason Mewtwo has remained relevant even today is its wide array of options. While some older legendaries struggle to keep up with power creep, Mewtwo always seems to find a spot for itself with all the tools it needs to take on anything new that rises to the top. Mewtwo is another one of my absolute favorite legendaries in this series, and it just goes to show that a well-designed Pokemon can stand the test of time even 27 years later. Mewtwo's positive qualities are very unique, and it's pretty hard for this Pokemon to ever be overshadowed or outclassed. Hopefully, anyway. Who knows how crazy power creep will get in the future. What do you think of Mewtwo in Gen 9? Who's your favorite returning legendary to use in Gen 9 Ubers? And what would you like me to talk about next? Let me know down below in the comments, and thank you for watching. Thank you to the patrons. Become a patron to appear on this excellent end screen, alongside your favorite Pokemon.
The money got different, 'cause of what I'm spending. The money got different,
oh, it's
'cause of what
Megaphone!
I'm spending.
Oh,
The money
KO'd
got
by one
different,
hit! It
'cause
scattered
of what I'm
spikes!
spending. The money got different.